Good morning, everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of Royce's Fast Food Faves. Today on the docket we have Subway Eat Fresh. That's actually tonight's sandwich. I did the buy one get one 50% off because, as I've said in the past, you're on the apps, you get the deals. No, today instead what we're having is my favorite, well, my current reigning champion, the Subway Steak and Cheese. As I've said, my go-to combination for sauces is mayonnaise, chipotle sauce, which is just spicy mayonnaise, and sweet onion sauce, with tomatoes, lettuce, and provolone all toasted on a bun. Yes, very good, very good. This one sat in the car a little bit because I had to, well, I was out and about giving my mom her monthly stipend, and I stopped in at a Halloween store to see what was on, to see what they had. I got a matte black bunny masquerade mask and an actual goatee that sticks. So, for those who saw my stream, I have what I would call a rough version of Sander Cohen's mask from BioShock. And what I want to do is make a good version of it. The version that I made last year was on a sparkle mask, and I wanted to do it on a matte black mask like he's got. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Subway. What is Subway steak? Because it certainly isn't steak. It's kind of just chunk beef. You know, if you've had Steakums, you've had the Subway steak. It's good. Like, it's cheap, it's gross, but it's good. A Subway steak, too. A little bit of seasoning. Just a little bit. Not a whole lot, but enough that you can kind of taste it. Oh. My brother got Subway for my grandma and mom yesterday, and he got grandma vinaigrette when she wanted vinegar. What can you do? Why do I like the steak and cheese so much? Well, you know, I'm not sure myself. It is objectively a lower quality type of beef than the roast beef that they use a lot. Good Lord, I'm hungry today. This is just disappearing. Yeah, that was good. You know what's funny, though, is... Well, I usually order cheap at, like, lower quality restaurants. Or higher quality restaurants, like Red Lobster or what have you. I once ordered a cheeseburger from Cheesecake Factory. Granted, it was supposed to be a Wagyu cheeseburger, but we all know that's not real Wagyu. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, the return of the Sody Pop. You know, but anyway, I favor higher end items at cheaper restaurants. So like, I like the more luxurious burgers and chicken items from McDonald's. I like the more expensive sub offerings from Subway, stuff like that. You know, I'm still hungry. The video's kind of short. I didn't want to do this, but... Screw it, double feature! This is another classic from the Subway. So, before 2020 or so, Subway... wait. This is another steak and cheese. This is supposed to be a Subway club. Oh well. Can't beat them, eat them. Absolutely atrocious. I do plan on bringing Propped Up back for the month of October, by the way. Because one classification of prop that I love is prop masks. AKA masks that are also props from the movie. So, not masks from movies. So not like Freddy Krueger's. Not a mask of Freddy Krueger's face. No, no. I'll list off a few I don't have, just to keep you guessing. Like Jason Voorhees' hockey mask. The Phantom of the Opera's mask. Hannibal Lecter's mask. Or Hannibal Lecter's, you know, little muzzle. Masks that are both things from, you know, that are both representation of the movie and also, you know, props from the movie itself. Like, I mean, I showed you one of my most famous ones is Jim Carrey's mask from The Mask. I'm not doing a great job of telling you why I love this so much. I mean, here's the thing. Subway's bread has so much sugar in it, it's basically cake. Like, it's legally classified as cake in the United Kingdom. So, you know. That might have something to do with it. I love this bread. I love this bread so much. When I was a kid, I was all about the Parmesan oregano. which is just this minus the cheese. But Italian herbs and cheese bread adds a lot of good texture and flavor. And everyone is disgusted by me. You can leave. The door's right there. I mean, for me, it is literally right over there, but... Go watch Health Gurus or something. Go watch Marie Kondo. Oh, that tomato tasted pretty funky. That is what I was made for right now. Is it gross? Is it morbid? Maybe. But hey, Halloween's my favorite holiday. And that is pretty gross and morbid in its own right. Oh. Although, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, we should go back to how Halloween was. Or, okay, some people have jokingly, not so joke, like... Some people try to correct you on what Halloween is. They'll be like, it's the Feast of Samhain. It's when the spirits would come back to Earth and we should respect that. And I'm like... That's not the Halloween that I want to celebrate, though. The Halloween I want to celebrate is kind of the gentrified version of it, where it's the Christian appropriation of a pagan holiday that's been filtered through centuries of stuff, where now it's you go door to door getting candy. And you dress up as your favorite superhero or a monster. And the adults get drunk and go to key parties, which I'm not entirely sure what those are, but it sounds pretty messed up. You know, I would say that if the people who celebrated Samhain in its original form had the choice between their version and our version, they'd probably pick our version. They're like, wait a minute, you guys don't fear demons? You guys just party and have fun and don't die at 25? Sorry, I should, you know, it's... Like, I do think that we have ruined a lot of things, you know, the commercialization of certain holidays, but Halloween is an okay holiday to commercialize a little bit. Now, do I think that we've gone too far in on all the, like, zombies and stuff? Yes. The Halloween I remember as a kid was a lot more focused on, like, you know, the Universal monsters. Or, like, really fun versions of them, you know. The Count Chocula type of Dracula. You know, a Frankenstein who was goofy and fun. Oh, I'm sorry, Adam. You know, I always thought that Frankenstein was called the modern Prometheus because of how tortured the creature was. But apparently it's more because, like, the Greek creation myth has Prometheus create man. So, Victor Frankenstein is the modern Prometheus. He created a new sentient being. Weirdly, I do kind of like is it the Coppola film? No, I think it was, oh god, what is his name? The guy who plays Hercule Poirot now. He had a fascinating take on Frankenstein with Robert De Niro, where Frankenstein, like, the reason Frankenstein was able to learn stuff so fast, like, the creature was able to learn stuff so fast, is because he had memories from the various body parts that composed his being. Bit of a weird, well, there are a lot of weird movies, like, oh lord, there's one called Frankenstein Unbound, where a time traveler meets Victor Frankenstein and Mary Shelley. So the author and her creation, and her creation's creation. And I think it was what is his name? The guy from, the guy from Indiana Jones 4, Hellboy, 1984. God, it's bugging the crap out of me. John Hurt. John Hurt was the time traveler. And he has sex with Mary Shelley, which, by the way, Mary Shelley, oh my god. Like, Mary Shelley is the one author who gets more badass the more you find out about her, instead of more, like, either A, pathetic, or B, miserable. Like, Robert E. Howard created Conan, eugenicist piece of shit. C.S. Lewis, creator of Narnia, oh, religious zealot asshole. And of course, we all know Lovecraft. People make fun of you if you ask the question, what did Lovecraft name his cat? Like, yes, Howard was a bad dude. The regrets he had later in life, yeah, he had those later in life, but, like, he still said the things he said. I don't know. And then I've always thought that, I've always thought that Stephen King was kind of pathetic. At least, his alcoholism and drug addiction, made him a little pathetic. And if you ever read his book on writing, he kind of glosses over that quite a bit. Like, it's clear that, he's always taken a sympathetic turn toward alcoholism and drug addiction, but as someone who lived with someone who is addicted to stuff, I kind of find the adaptation more true than the source material. As someone who was Danny Torrance, who was in a Danny Torrance scenario, trust me, way closer with Jack Nicholson than with, I think King wanted Jon Voight as Jack Torrance, which, imagine Jon Voight doing, here's Johnny. Well, no, how would he? Here's Johnny. I can't do the Jon Voight voice. He's got a weird voice. God, that was like Midnight Cowboy era Jon Voight too, wasn't it? Anyway, I've been rambling way too long. I gotta get off. Oh, I should tell you why Mary Shelley was bad. She was the original goth chick. She had her dead husband's heart on a string around her heart, on like a necklace. I think she made love on someone's grave. I think it was either her parents or her husband's. Someone's. And, she was a badass. Like, if you ever have the chance, look up, I forget what it's called, Mystery Society or something. There's this account on Twitter, or what was once Twitter, that recounts, that, has this whole, mythos of the famous horror authors having this club together where they're all just kids in this thing, and then the fantasy, and so they're called the Mystery Society, the guys who the Nickelodeon show, and then the fantasy authors are called the Unicorn Fuckers Club. Very funny. Very funny. And that, of course, is led by C.S. Lewis and Tolkien, whereas the other one is led by King and, I believe, Clive Barker. And Howard, and Lovecraft is there. Everyone just calls him Howard. Great stuff, great stuff. Bitter Corella is the name of the person who does that, and they are amazing at everything they do. Anyway, y'all have a good one. This is Royce Miller. I'm Abby.